Obviously, concentrating on this absolutely terrible tragedy that everyone is going to be talking about for a long time into the future. Boris Johnson calls on France to smash slave gangs who are getting away with murder, as 33 migrants, including 5 women and a girl, drown in the deadliest ever Channel crossing. Of course, a lot of blame is being aimed at the French police. You said that yourself. They've been accused of idly watching. But I feel very cynical about this emphasis on the slave gangs, because it's not just about slave gangs, is it? There's a wider, much wider and more complex debate here. I believe that they cracked down on quite a lot of the other ways that people were coming here. They've been quite effective at that, and then which leaves this terrible area of just getting in random boats on the Channel. And I also think that the weather apparently has played a part in that. There's been a massive exodus at this time of people who were planning to do that ahead of what is going to be very treacherous weather, even more than now. So it's all been concentrated at this time. And what's made really awkward about this is that our relationship with France at the moment, well, I say our, I don't mean anything to do with me or, I mean mostly the English government's relationship with France. Relationship at the moment is at an all-time low, isn't it?
Maybe not all-time low, but it is.
Yes, of course. Well,
yeah.
Yes. Well,
it was probably worse during Agincourt.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
obviously.
Yeah.
But it was only these few years when we were really friends. Well, you guys, I can't speak for Scotland and France, as you know, have a very different relationship. But anyway, there's a lot of blame on either side.
There is a lot of blame, and I think it's a little bit facile.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not absolving the French, but and there were pictures of French boats ushering, migrant boats into English waters. So, they're no innocent, but everyone's busy blaming everyone else. And it strikes me that because nobody's really owning this issue, at least at the level of authority, there's no clarity. They're hoping, everyone's on one side, everyone's being terrified. There's so many different sides to it, but it seems to be easier to sort of make a noise and hope the issue goes away. But, with modern transport and modern communication and the world as it is, the reality is there are more people in the world than ever before, and more of them are on the move.
Yeah, for very valid reasons.
In many cases,
I mean, all the very reactionary views of this is, people coming here, we're not looking after our own people, there's too much population. And yes, of course, we are massively overpopulated all over the world, but the truth is that people don't get in a dinghy and try to get across the Channel unless there is really good reason. And these people are fleeing, atrocious situations, and they need to come up with a proper plan. There needs to be, these people have to be looked after. I mean, they'd probably be very happy to do a lot of the jobs here that other people are not happy to do, don't you think, in our
sometimes
0 hours economy?
There are some people who come with good reason to better their lives and bring their families and so on. Yeah. And there are other people who...
Well, they've already got links or roots here.
And there are other people who come here because they don't like us and they want to cause harm. That is a minority, but, you have to accept that.
But there are people from here that want to cause us harm as well, and a lot of them are in the government.
Sure.
You could say as a...
I think something people don't talk about a lot is why do they not stop in Holland or Belgium or France or Western Europe? And quite an interesting factor is English. A lot of them speak English. They have basic English.
Or have
they
friends
don't have
or
French
relatives here who also...
No, but I mean, it's just the simple language thing is a reason that people want to come here, because they're several steps further forward by being able to speak the language than they are in France or Germany, where they don't speak the language.
Yeah. But we need to... These people need proper asylum. This situation has to be accepted and properly dealt with. I fear that Johnson's going to pin it all on the French authorities and this constant use of the word, slave gangs.
He needs to get his own asylum laws in order and clear what the policy is, because at the moment there's no clarity. No. Josh, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, that's what Priti Patel has basically said, that that's what they need to do, is that they need to sort out their plan for immigration, they need to get it published and to make sure that people know exactly what is going to happen, and deal with what she calls the long-standing pull factors, which are bringing people over. I imagine one of them, like you say, being English as a language, but and make sure that I guess I don't know what her plan is, to sort of show England in a not good light to people and go, this is the reality, and maybe it's not so great.